Hello and welcome to another review to a Mafex figure. This has been out for a while, just been lying down next to my shelves. My shelves over here. So, but I just saw it and I was like, oh, I never reviewed this. And I just felt like it, even though it's been out for a while. But anyway, this is the T800 Terminator 2 version from Mafex. When I reviewed the first Terminator from the first movie, it was a disappointment. So let's see how this one compares to that. Are you just better off sticking with the NECA stuff that come out for a while now? I'm not sure if you can still easily get the NECA stuff because it's not been produced for a long time, but let's see. And inside you get this usual certificate instruction. You can take a thing with the sticker somewhere. Right, there it is. Use the app on the sticker and you'll see something with this paper. Trash. Got a stand on the back. Okay, just in terms of accessories, the value here is already way different. If we just look at the top tray here, so this one has one extra head where it's damaged. But in terms of weapons, we have more here, more other accessories. We also have a lot more other hands with glove off, glove on, and the giant minigun. So just in terms of accessories, the new one's already beating the old one a lot. So apart from the fist glove hands already on the figure, we have spray open hands, relax hands, gun holding hand, and item holding hands, and a full set for the non-glove hands as well. We also have one that's like a bit of a pointing hand. We have this minigun. Now this entire thing is made out of the same softish plastic, so there's no cloth on it. So, but it seems very flexible. It bends very easily. The chain gun bit actually spins, so that's nice. The handle might be a little bit fragile there, so be careful with that. Yeah, that's pretty good. And over onto the main tray, we have that grenade launcher and the repeat shotgun. We have this single shotgun, liver shotgun, but it's doubled because I guess they couldn't put the handle in without it being easy to break. And we have the pistol, we have some grenade packs with the grenade launcher, and we have this box of flowers which do not open. And the flower is just a sticker sheet there, which is, come on, you're so close to making like this accessory good. I've seen so many like Japanese stuff where they create small objects, like Rement is very famous for that, just household objects, supermarket or cute stuff. They could have made a tiny flower like this. And looking closer at the figure, we have two heads. Now I do want to compare these with the old one. So the old head is so much softer. I know like Arnold got a bit bigger after the first movie, but does that mean that his jawline also changed? I'm not sure. Yeah, I like the new head a lot more. The old head is Arnold if he's way younger. I mean, the first two films weren't that far apart in terms of when they were made. The new head's just better, I feel like. Moving over to the figure, we have the sunglasses head here, and if we try to look underneath, no, there's nothing underneath there. In fact, pretty sure glasses peg in to the head there, so there's nothing underneath. You can't take this off. And yeah, that looks pretty much 100% accurate. Looking over the body, all the zippers are painted very nicely. And the molding and texture looks pretty good. And again, if we compare this to the old one is actually also done quite nicely, but due to the color of the pants and I guess some of the shaping of the figure, and the coloring of it, it looks too clean. So when I compared the first one to like NECA figures and stuff, you gotta remember like the first Terminator movie, it was a low budget, it was somewhat independent, it was gritty, it was dirty, and the film itself and what happens in the film, like the Terminator himself also gets quite dirt up. This figure is too clean, especially when he's supposed to be the bad guy. But when we look at this one, he's also really clean, but the texturing is just a little bit different, I think. And because his shirt has some texture too, so it makes it a little bit different. Is he still too clean? A little bit, yes, I think so. So for me personally, if you already have the NECA figure and the joints are still good and not broken and stuff, it's probably good enough for most people. To pay so much extra, like double, triple the price for this, is this one worth it, just comparing it to the NECA? If Terminator 2 is like your best, most favorite film and you love that film the most, then maybe this is quite decent to get. But just remember, it's not going to scale well with any of the other Terminator figures because they haven't released that many and NECA has released a lot. And another thing is, it's not going to scale with other like 90s 80s projects like Predator or Alien from NECA as well, so that's going to be a bit of a bummer. So I think for 90% or 80% of people, you're going to get the NECA one and you're going to be happy with it, unless it breaks, the joint breaks. Now, one of the things I don't quite understand is you got all these bullet holes on the back and stuff, and but there's no blood or dirt or anything on the jacket. Like, it's still really clean, so it's like they couldn't decide. Do we want him to be damaged or pre-damaged or not damaged? Eesh. In terms of articulation, this is going to win, but we're talking about the Terminator here. And the NECA one is good enough because he's still quite stiff. But in terms of the oops, well, in terms of the Mafex one, he's got the double neck joint. Look down, can't look far too up because of the jacket. It is made of soft-ish plastic. I wish it was softer. There is a dumbbell joint in here, so his arms can come out just a little bit. You see that? It's coming out. So, but he still can't fold his arms per se. In fact, there's no rotating. Not really a rotating joint for his arm, so he's still very stiff. So compared to like some other SSR class or Figma or other Mafex, his articulation is not that great. Body hardly any bad because of the jacket, and a bit more forward, but still not too much. Full rotation. So it goes up, 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 not too much. So yeah, his articulation isn't even that much better than like NECA figures from before. I mean, NECA figures have improved a lot. So let's see if he can do this. Now I'm gonna get the gun down here and let's see how well he can pose with the gun. Here he is holding the machine gun or minigun or whatever, and he can barely get that into there because his arms cannot rotate enough. That's it's like they just get to passing grade, and that's not good enough for the price you pay for with this figure. So yeah, articulation kind of sucks. Hey. So there we go. For the price, this thing is really not that worth it. Articulation is so-so. It's a little bit too clean, but you do get a ton of accessories, and the no glasses head does look very, very accurate and very, very real. Just know that the price is way more than the NECA stuff. You're not going to have enough other Terminator characters to go along with it. It cannot match with other Western 80s and 90s properties or horror movies and stuff. So you're better off just getting the NECA stuff. If the joint breaks, you can easily buy joint packs and replace them yourself, and just stay away from the expensive Mafex stuff. Subscribe to just comment below, guys. Take care, have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.